So welcome back to everyone. And today we're gonna start new topic. Okay, that is Python NumPy. Then some of them asking the doubts on bike rental shop, right? So if you want to teach one more time, I will. Okay, so if you want, text me. I'll explain in detail what I have, what are the steps I have done in my project. Okay, if you want, uh, put on your comments in chat box.
Sir,
Otherwise,
please.
yes.
Sir, please explain once again, sir.
Okay, so first I'll explain that.
So we are getting specific errors here.
Can you share your screen
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
or?
Sir, I have already sent it you the pic. In that I'm getting error, sir.
Okay. So first I'll explain what I have done in my program. Then after that, we'll discuss about that error. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So wait for a minute. I have to open my SQL and IDE for that. Okay. In every execution, you have to open your SQL. Okay. Then here I'll explain in from raw. Okay, so I have imported datetime module and I have imported time and also PyODBC. Okay, so the PyODBC for connecting your SQL and Python. That's a library, right? Then after that, I have created a bike rental shop class. Okay, and here first I try to connect my SQL into the program. That's why I'm using try and except concept. Then after that, here, so first I'll explain in the try code, and here it tries to connect my server, and my database is bike rental shop. Okay, then after that it creates a cursor, right? Then after that I'm gonna, so wait a minute, my SQL has opened. So first I'll explain my database structure. Okay, here I have two tables. One is master and another one is customer info. Okay, so the day-to-day activities are stored in customer info table. Then my my main stock is stored in master table. Okay, so first I'll show that you can get an idea. And here I have bike rental shop database. Okay, and I'm going to give new query. Yeah, first I will show my select star from master database, sorry, master table. Okay, so here I have only one row with the stock. Okay, the stock maintenance will appear in here. Okay, so then updates and current stock and available stock all are updated in this single cell. Okay, and this is my company name. That's all. This is my master, right? So you can see here, so I have used cursor.execute select stock from master, and it comes here and gets the value 100 and print it. Okay, that is my available stock. If I have rented any bikes, okay, so if I rented 3 bikes, here the 97 will update and it returns 97. Okay, then if any errors occurs and it prints a server issue. That's all. Okay, then here I'm using stock equal to that query. Okay, the cursor helps to store in the query result into my stock, and after that you can use fetch one library, sorry, function, and you can get the value. Okay, the fetch one is used to get your row, your row. Okay, so if you are using fetch all, it returns all values. Okay, here I have only one row and one cell, then it returns.
Sir,
Yeah, yeah, tell me.
what is that zero in between, sir?
Yeah, I'll explain. So fetch one returns the values in tuple. Okay, so values in tuple with list form. Okay, it's like if I use fetch one, it returns like, instead of inside of list, and it returns like 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, so here you can see we have one tuple inside the list, right? So if you want to grab that tuple, you have to use indexing. Okay, so that's why I'm using indexing to grab that particular tuple value. Okay, now we got.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So, and here I have created one more method, that is display stock. Okay, here I just print on, I just return sales dot stock. Okay, and it returns the current stock, that's all. Okay, and after that, here bike rental scheme, right? So first it checks if here we have to give three more inputs. Okay, one is number of bikes and name and the scheme. Okay, so those all are I gave here in while loop. Okay, so first it yeah, you can see here. So first it asks name and scheme, that is rent, and rental type, that is scheme. Okay, then it will goes, just a minute, rental type. Okay, so you can see here, so I have created object, that is shop, for bike rental shop class, and after that I have called bike rental scheme. Okay, so first, before that, I have get the name, rent, and rental type. Rental type means scheme, and rent is number of bikes, and name. Okay, from the user, and I have stored in these variables. Then I have called bike rental scheme method from shop, which I have created an object here. Then I have passed these rent, name, and rental type. Okay, then it comes here. Okay, so rent means number of bikes, name, and the scheme. Okay, and it comes here, then checks if the bike is less than or equal 0, and it returns none. If the bike is greater than self dot stock, okay, so it returns none, and it prints sorry, we have currently uh, the self start dog. Currently if we have 97 bikes and the user returns 100. Okay, so we won't able to deliver that, right? So it prints sorry, we have currently some bikes and available for rent, then return none. None is empty value. Okay, and else, so if the value is correct, if the value is less than or equal to self stock, or and the number of values greater than or 0, and it goes here. Okay, the else statement, and it checks the user scheme, which is 1 or 2 and 3. If it is 1, and the rental type is stored in hard link based, and the rental amount is 50. If the scheme is 2 and it takes daily, and the rental amount is 250. If the scheme is 3 and it takes weekly, and it stores 700. Okay, right? Then we
Sir,
have, yeah.
sir, while we are entering the scheme, no, sir. So what we have to enter in your scheme, sir? So should we enter the integer values or the string values?
Integer value. You have to enter integer value. You can see here rent is number of bytes and scheme also.
Yes, sir.
Scheme here.
But while I'm entering the integer values, it is not taking, sir. It's throwing back error.
So first I'll explain those things, and after that share your screen. Okay, then we will check it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So then yeah, here, right? So we need to store the current time and date, right? So that's why we can minus that, then return the value or a rental amount, right? So we have to store the current date and time. So here I'm using datetime module, now equal to datetime.datetime.now. It returns current date time with seconds and minutes also. Okay, then after that I'm going to convert string time. Okay, it helps to convert my time into string. Okay, uh, and this helps to I can easily store in my database. That's why I'm using these strf time, right? So, and it converts that date time into d hyphen m is month and hyphen year. Then I is for am and pm, 12 hours clock, and if you are using h, and it returns a 24 hours clock. Okay, and the f is for indicating am and pm, right? And here I'm using self dot stock equal minus and equal to number of x. Okay, so if the rental schemes are correct, then I have to minus my available stock. Okay, which with the number of bytes. Then after that I'm going to execute, right? So I'm going to store this cell current available stock into my master table, right? So that's why I'm using update master set stock. Okay, stock is in here, that is 100, right? Then I have passed my current value which I have minused here. Okay, then it's stored into master. Okay, then after that I'm gonna insert these value, the scheme type, the username and number of bytes, and then the rental amount, okay, into my customer info table, right? So here I'm using insert into, and dbo is a database owner. Okay, so then if you're using dbo, it connects directly into your table. Okay, so it is not necessary. Okay, so if you're using three or more databases in a single query, you have to use dbo. Okay, you can jump from one database to another database, right? So by using dbo. Okay, so here this is my customer info table, and here I'm going to store my name and scheme, rent date, number of bikes, and current bikes. Current bike means the available bikes. Okay, so that's just information, because I have maintained my stock in master table. Okay, here I just store my current bikes, that's all. Okay, then scheme amount and return status. Okay, return status is no, right? And here you have to use question marks for passing your variables. Here I'm using question marks for passing these variables into the insert code. Okay, so I'll show my customer info table. Select star from customer underscore info. Okay, so first it will store the, it will create the id, and it will store the name and scheme, rent date, and return date is null. Okay, because I have not inserted here, and number of bikes, then current bikes, then scheme of mode. The bill amount is null, and also return status is n. If the person return the bike, and the bill amount, return date, and return status will update. Okay. And after that, here I'm using fetch shell. Okay, instead of fetch shell, sorry, fetch all, you can use fetch one also. Then after that, it returns in the form of list. So that's why I'm using 0. Okay, to get that particular tuple. Then after that, here I'm doing tuple unpacking. Okay, so I know what are the values in the order, the value order. That's why I'm using tuple unpacking with the same name like ID, name, scheme, run date, return date, such kind of values. Then I'm gonna write those values into text file. Okay, there's a bill number. My ID is here. My ID is the bill number. Okay, then after that I'm gonna save that text file, and here I just print the same values in here, return rental bill, then bill number, whatever in here, right? Then, so in the while loop, if the person chooses B and it goes to shop dot return bikes, okay, and shop dot return bikes, and here you can see, so shop dot return bikes, first it asks the bill number. Okay, the bill number is ID, right? So here I'm using only one value. So if you are entering bill number, it returns all the values from your database. Okay, and here I just ask their bill name, sorry, bill number. After that, I'm gonna use that ID to get these entire value. Okay, this entire value, and then I'm going to unpack them. Then after that, I'm going to check if the person, it's just a criteria. You can use whatever you want. Here I just fixed if the person rents 3 to 5 bikes. Okay, you can give more than 5, more than 10. Okay, so here I just fixed 3 to 5. If the person rented 3 to 5, it gives 30% discount from their bill amount, right? And after that, here I'm using return status not equal to Y. Okay, so for comparing and for checking these status, okay, so I'm gonna use my select query, then unpack them. Then after that, I'm gonna use these conditions. Okay, so then the rental status should be in N, okay, not equal to Y. If it is Y, the person is already returned their bikes, right? So you can see here, so I'm using one more if condition for checking return status equal to Y. Okay, you have and it prints you have already returned, and it takes that all values which I have solved here. Okay, so it returns your bill amount is this, and you have returned already. Okay, then here I just if the scheme is one and the rental type is hourly, and here I just converted 1 to hourly and 2 to daily and 3 to weekly for printing purpose. That's all. Okay, and here if a return status is not equal to Y, if return status is not equal to Y, the person doesn't return their bikes, right? Okay, so then it goes to self dot stock, and it added the stocks for the person rented, right? Then after that, it gonna update into master with the current available stock, right? Then you have to use commit, the commit for saving your update and insert query. Okay, so each update and insert query you have to use commit. Okay, then after that, here I'm gonna update my current bikes also in the customer info table, right? So after that, I'm using this bike return procedure. Okay, so the bike return procedure also update procedure. Okay, and it updates return status bill and calculates the bill amount, and also return date. Okay, those things are updated by using this single procedure. Okay, here I just pass my ID and it updates whole thing. Then after that, after the updation, I'm gonna get the all value from customer info from that particular ID, and I'm using fetch all, and here I'm gonna grab that tuple, and after the tuple unpacking, then I print those values, right, and it returns bill amount, right? That's all. And if the person chose C, and it goes to shop dot display stock and display the stock. Okay, so then I'll explain the procedure once more. And here by rental shop, and here programmability, and here stored procedure, and here you have to click that and right click, then modify that. Okay, and yeah, so I'm gonna give some alterations for better viewing. Okay, so you can use your update query. Okay, so here I'm using update query and customer info. I'm gonna update customer info table and set return date equal to get date. Get date means the current date. It stores the current date, and return status is Y. Okay, so if the person is returning the Y, and we're gonna change that status N into Y, then after that bill amount. Okay, so bill amount you can use cases and subqueries, whatever you want you can use here. Okay, I'm using case first. Okay, so first I'll explain from here because this is my main query. Okay, so I'm using this select star from customer info where id equal to id. Okay, there I have passed my id, then it comes here and it returns whatever data in my customer info by using that id. Okay, then I'm gonna take these values. Okay, then I'm gonna convert this query into subquery, then I'm gonna use select case. Okay, so here I'm gonna calculate hour basely, day basely, and weekly basely. Okay, so here I'm using case when the scheme is 1, then here I'm using date different diff. Okay, so this function used to convert from your date, sorry, convert, it does convert also, and it calculate the difference between one date to another date, right? So here I'm using rent date. Rent date means the person takes when the person rented the bike that date, and get date means today's date and current time. Okay, first it calculate the difference, then it converts into hour. Okay, you can give whatever you want. You can give seconds, you can give microseconds, you can give days, and you can give weeks and month. Whatever you want you can give here. Okay, it simply converts into hour, and it come here the second line it converts into day, and third line it converts into week. Okay, after that you need to multiply the scheme amount, right? If the person takes hourly based, and you have to multiply the scheme amount. The scheme amount is 50, and it multiply, if the hour is 1 and the scheme amount is 50, we get 50. Then after that, number of bikes, how many bikes he took. Okay, if the person takes 3 and it multiplies 50 into 3, 150, that's a bill, right? And each when condition it calculates that. Okay, right? And else is not needed here. I just give, right, a dot scheme moment and end. Then after that I'm giving alias name for that, that is bill amount, and here I'm give scheme amount for using my another super query, right? This is sub query. And after that I'm gonna give one more, because if the person uh, chooses day scheme, okay, and the person rented a bike now, and he returns by the noon or evening, okay. So in that condition the day is not completed, right? So here now in that condition the day is 0, right? And anything by 0 is 0, right? And then it returns bill amount equal to 0, okay. If the person completes a day, don't a problem, right? Don't be a problem. And if the person returns the bike, if within the day or within the hour, right, so don't calculate, it returns 0, right? So that's why I'm using here, I'm going to give select case when the bill amount equals 0, then it takes the scheme amount, okay. The scheme amount means is a basic amount. If the person not completed their week, hour and day, okay, it chooses the scheme amount. If the person doesn't complete a week, okay, and it takes the 750 as a scheme amount, that's a basic amount, okay. So that's why I'm using if the bill amount equals 0 and you take scheme amount, that's all, okay. Then else if it is not, if the bill amount is not equal 0 and it takes whatever it is in here, okay, then give the name, that's all. And after that we are giving some condition, right? So if the person takes 3 and 5 bikes, 3 to 5 bikes, right, then we are giving 30% from their bill amount, right? So that's why I'm using one more condition, and here you do not use select, because and this is your end of your query and this is in your update query, okay. So you have to use cases for updating your bill amount value, right? So I'm using case, then when number of bikes greater than equal to 3 and number of bikes less than equal to 5, that means the bikes is 3 to 5, you can use instead of more than 5, more than 10, whatever you want. And then I'm gonna multiple 0.7. Instead of calculating 30%, you can multiply 70%, right? So if you are going to calculate 30%, you need to first divide by 100, it gets 0.3. After that you have to multiply to initial amount, and it returns some value, and after that you gonna minus into the original value. That's why you get the 30% discount. Instead of doing that, you can simply multiply with 70%, you get that value, right? And here also, if the person not fulfill this condition, and it returns bill amount, okay, that's all. And this entire query for calculating the bill amount, okay. And this where condition for the update query, okay. You can see I have selected some queries, right? And these queries are for bill amount and the where condition for update query, okay. Here, so you have to give where condition in update query, right? So if you won't give, and it updates whole data in your table, right? So here in the where condition I have given customer info dot id equal to id, okay. So it updates only what id we gave in Python. And after that, it checks if the customer status not equal to y. If it is equal to y, the bike is returned, right? So that's why I'm giving not equal to y. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then I'll run this, and I'll show the output. After that, you share your screen, we'll discuss, okay.
Sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, first I'll check available bikes. Once again, it has some error. Okay, so here I'm gonna convert because my caps lock is in on. Okay, so I'm gonna convert lower. So whatever I get, so the problem will solve, right? So if I give capital A or small a, and it converts into lowercase, and it won't bother the outputs. So I'm going to convert lower here also, and here I don't need it. Okay, here, yeah, option. So end here I'm going to give lower. That's all. Now I get. I'm going to call this. Yeah. C. So we have currently 100 bikes. We check here, select start from master. We have currently 100 bikes. Okay. Okay. So now I'm gonna rent my bikes. Yeah. So just a minute. Yeah. Now you can see clear. So I'm gonna give my name instead of my name because yeah, I'm gonna give Suresh. So enter number of bikes you want to rent. I'm gonna give 3, and enter your scheme. I'm gonna give 2. Okay, so now the rental bill has generator, and bill number is 2011. Name is Suresh, and scheme is daily, and date is now, and time is also now, and per daily that is 250. Now I'm gonna check my master. It updates 97. That is my available bikes, right? So I have rented a 3. Okay, then now I'm gonna check my customer info. Select start from customer underscore info. Then my bill number is 2011. So to home run. Yeah, I get that. The name is Suresh, scheme is 2, rental date, and return date is null, and bill amount is null, and return status is N. Okay. So now I'm gonna return my bike. Before that, I'm gonna check my available bikes. My available bikes are 97, and after that, I'm gonna return that. Just you have to give your ID. Yeah, hey Suresh, you're eligible for family rental promotion. Okay, so I have chosen daily and that amount is 250 and the 70% of that amount is 175. So now you can see, right? The current bits are updated and return date is updated and the bill amount is 175. Return status is changed into Y. And I'm going to check my master and it backs to 100. That's all, right? Is it clear now, all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm going to stop my share and you share your screen. We'll check what is there.
Okay, sir. Just a minute, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Sir, please zoom a bit, sir. So here I have entered hourly, but it came like error. But even if I have entered one, even for that it is coming error, sir.
Now you are in your mobile or system.
I'm sharing the screen on my mobile, sir.
Oh,
I have just executed the code in the system, but I don't have system at present.
okay. So have you created, do you create the tables? Did you? Did you create the tables?
Like customer info table, sir.
Yeah, customer info and master. And
No,
also,
sir. Only two columns I have inserted in that, sir. That's all.
so you have to create those tables which the same column I have given, I have shown in now, right? And also you have to create the database with the same name I have given in my program. Then
Okay,
only
sir.
your code will work. Okay.
Okay, sir. So first we have to execute, like insert tables in the SQL
Yeah.
system,
Yes.
and then we have to work on
Yeah.
idle, sir.
You don't want to insert the data into customer info table. Just you have to insert uh, the stock in your master table. That's enough. Okay. So you have to insert stock like I'll show now.
Okay, sir.
So you have to insert only one row in your master table because it takes this value and show it into your result sheet, right? So you have to insert only one row in your master table, and you don't need to insert your values into the customer info. Okay, the customer info table will automatically insert while executing your Python code.
So
Okay.
we need to create only master table, sir.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, we need both tables. Okay. So the insertion is not necessary in your customer info, and you have to insert only one row in your master table. That's enough.
Okay, sir. I'll try it, sir.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you all. So if you have any doubts, please ask me. Then only I know what you're doing. Like, okay. So if you have any doubts, please text me or ask me. Okay. So thank you all. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Sir, we are not doing in laptop, no, sir. How can we do in phone?
Okay. So
Means we can do
so
in
I'll
online.
discuss my Suresh sir, and I'll message you in group. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.